Welcome to this video about this month's full moon in Aries. We are the astrologers of Pandora Astrology. I'm Jamie Kale Miller. I'm in Berkeley, California.
And I'm Julia Mijas, and I'm in San Francisco, California. In this video, we're going to tell you about this moon, including what it will feel like, when it's happening, and the best ways to handle it.
And if you're curious about this moon's impact in your own chart, in a little bit, I'll give you a way to find out more live and in person. Well, this is a full moon in Aries, and we're calling it the sacred fire of self-care, which may not be apparent at first why, but I think it'll become clear as we move through this. This is a full moon in Aries, and that's a really good place to start, just with the fundamentals. So we have the planet of emotions, and that's the moon, in the sign that is the most hasty, impulsive, driven, and prone to getting angry and frustrated when things aren't moving along fast enough. That's quite a mood right there. And I have to point out that this moon is all stressful aspects, opposition, square, and no harmonious ones, which might amp up the irritation of this Aries moon even more. Full moons are often accompanied by relationship dynamics because of the nature of the opposition that a full moon is built on. The moon opposes the sun, which is what makes it full. This means that emotions can be strong under a full moon and that you might find yourself identifying with one or the other end of this dynamic. You might feel, for example, like this Aries moon, that you want to move things along quickly and not think too hard about what and who you're running over in the process. On the other hand, which is a favorite Libran phrase, by the way, you might find yourself identifying with the sun in Libra, which just wants everyone to get along and play nicely. So this moon is pretty classic for having arguments crop up and battles of will. Julia, what do you see in the nature of this Aries-Libra polarity that's going on here?
Yes, well, Aries is decisive. It is very sure of itself. It knows what it wants. Libra is about taking in the other person's point of view. It's about being a bit more of the other person's point of view, sometimes over your own. So I think a lot of the tension in this full moon might surround, your ability to take in the other person's point of view, because it is slanting towards Aries. Aries can be good at knowing what it needs for itself and what it wants for itself, but sometimes in order to really understand that, we have to take in even more perspectives to kind of augment our own understanding. So I think that that's a bit of the challenge here. Don't just kind of move forward independently, but to try to take in some other perspectives as well. Yeah, what else are you seeing here?
Well, this configuration is a T-square, which places more planets into conflict with each other. Pallas Athene hanging out here with the sun. She's a warrior woman. She's strong, assertive, independent, and not afraid to fight for her own interests. But she's also an intelligent strategist, and in Libra, a tough negotiator. So she's pushing back against the Aries moon. And meanwhile, I see this Vesta over here as kind of playing therapist. She's asking, how does everyone feel? She's bringing this nurturing vibe, actually, from her position in caring and motherly Cancer. So in the whole configuration, the sun with Pallas Athene in Libra is about strategic relationships, manners, networking, and social strategy. This slick pair is opposing the hasty moon in Aries, who wants what it wants now. This is a tug of war between the need for smooth social maneuvering and social niceties and compromises, pitted against impulsive and primal needs and demands. And both sides of this tug of war are conflicting with Vesta in Cancer at the apex of this T-square. It's like the handle of it, if you will. Vesta says it's not one or the other, neither instinctive selfishness and urgent needs and desires, nor calculated mediation of self with others. It's about healthy self-care. It's a virginal devotion to self, that's Vesta, that's tempered with both a spiritual sense of service to something beyond oneself, but is also contained within oneself. So one possible resolution is that a caring, nurturing attitude towards the self can radiate into a more balanced approach to others as well, after some hard work and compromise among these wildly differing planetary agendas. Hi, Jamie here. Horoscopes and moon videos are fascinating, but they're also not personalized for you. That's why we run live workshops monthly where you can get answers about your own chart. This month's topic is optimizing Mercury retrograde for writers, managers, and learners. Mercury retrogrades are notorious for making a mess of your office, your paperwork, your projects, and your brain. But it doesn't have to be that way. In this workshop, I'll explain how to handle this difficult transit just in time for back to school. This workshop is expressly for our Demigod Patreon subscribers who pay only $15 a month for access to live events like this one. It's easy to sign up at the Patreon link in the description below. I'd love to see you there. Now let's get back to the video. Julia, what do you think?
Yes, I really like how you describe Vesta's role in all of this. Maybe Vesta is telling Aries, the Aries moon, hey, consider the feelings of the other. And then maybe Vesta in Cancer is telling the Libra sun, hey, try to get in touch with your own feelings. It's not just about the other person all the time. That could be one way it gets mediated. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And Vesta is, of course, the keeper of the sacred flame. She's the temple priestess. She is all about devotion and dedication. So the sacred fire of self-care, that's what she sees as the solution to this dilemma. Well, as to birthdays that are going to feel this moon the most, if you are a Libra and you're born around the date, like within 5 days of the date of this moon, then you would feel it pretty strongly and it would occur close to your birthday. And that would be September 24th to October 5th. You could also be an Aries born halfway around the year and really feel this moon landing where your sun is. And you would be born somewhere between March 21st to 31st. And if you were a Cancer, you would feel this moon, and Vesta would be landing near your sun in your chart, and you would be born June 21st to July 2nd. And similarly, in even Capricorns over here in the empty space in this T-square would absolutely feel this moon if you're born between December 22nd and January 2nd.
Well, that's all we have for you today. In this video, we gave you a lot of clues about this moon and how you can handle it for best results. We really do love making these videos for you, and if you love them too, then please do hit that like button.
You can find out so much more about how astrological influences affect you specifically in our monthly Patreon workshops. Find the link in the description below to get started. Enjoy the equinox, and until next time, we'll see you around the cosmos.
Bye-bye.